Good morning. My name is Dr. Shah Yassin. I am the professor and head of the medical school here at Monash University, Malaysia. I would like in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so to give you a quick outline of what the medical program is about and some details of how we select students, what is roughly going to be the cost, and a little bit on application procedures and timelines. This is a campus. It's a relatively modern campus in the outskirts of Kuala Lumpur. It's got fantastic facilities over here. And the tall building at the back is the accommodation facilities. Let me run through the program quickly for you. The program is a 5-year integrated program. It's not a traditional program where you're used to do the basic sciences and then the clinical sciences later on. Everything is started, the clinical and exposure is started quite early. And the program is available in both Malaysia as well as in Australia and a few other countries, including India, Sri Lanka, and a number of other countries. The program is identical between here and Australia. The students there and here go through the same program. They start at the same time, they sit for the same exams. The sessions are of course delivered by the various campuses, but we also make sure that the learning objectives are achieved in both campuses and they are identical. Entry criteria is also the same. So, if a student can enter here, they can also enter there as well. Students get awarded MD degree at the end of the 5 years. Previously, it used to be MBBS. The full program is called MBMedSci and Doctor of Medicine. It's recognized in Australia and Malaysia, and as I said, in other parts of the world as well. This means that the students can actually go to Australia and work if they want to, without having to sit for any additional exams. The program is organized in the sense that the first 2 years is in the Sunway campus in Kuala Lumpur, and the remaining 3 years is in Johor Bahru in the Sultanah Aminah Hospital, which is a big tertiary care hospital. In addition, students spend 3 months in Monash, Australia, and in hospitals and clinics around Australia. This is a front picture of the campus. It's, as I said, a modern campus with the top, with really top level labs as well as teaching facilities. This is just pictures of what our anatomy space looks like. We have lots of models. We have prosected specimens down here, and to the bottom right you get a picture of our smart table, which is actually a flat screen table which has got lots of teaching models as well as anatomy as well as histological specimens loaded into it, which students can use and learn from either as individuals or as groups. This is a teaching hospital in Johor Bahru, which is just across Singapore. At the background you see Singapore. This is the tertiary care hospital. It's as I said, a modern 1,000 bed hospital with lots of patients. Students get a lot of exposure to patient care. This is just beside it, about 5 minutes walk, is where the clinical school is based in Johor Bahru, and this has got the library, has got lecture halls, has got the various learning and teaching spaces with very, very high level internet connections. How do we select students? Monash University is quite stringent in its selection. There are 4 aspects we look at. The first and most important is the academic performance. It depends on what you take as before you enter into the university. So you need to let us know, and we will give you what is the requirement for that pre-U program that you have undertaken. In addition, students have to sit for what's called an ISAT, International Student Admission Test. They also have to come for an interview, and we also look at what the English proficiency Generally, students have to have good chemistry and English, but we also require biology in Malaysia. I'll go through some of those things one by one. English requirement, unless your pre-U program has got a very English-based program, you generally have to sit for IELTS. But we can let you know when you put in your application. IELTS requirements, IELTS can be sit anywhere in the world, but very often we do require that. Academic performance depends on what you do. Most of our students sit for A levels or some kind of one of the Australian Year 12 requirements, or they sit for Monash University Foundation Year, which is available in Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Australia. And this is roughly the academic requirements, the minimum requirements. A levels is 2 A's and a B, but 3 A's would be better. International Student Test, ISET. This is an external test organized by an organization called ASA. You will have to register for it and sit for it. It's a 3-hour computer-based multiple choice test. And if you want more details, I would suggest that you Google ASA, ACER, ASA and ISET, and there are also some sample questions when you go to that site. Which will give you a sense of what that exam is about. We also need to have an interview, and interview will usually be between 30 to 40 minutes. It's designed to look for these following attributes in the student: whether the student is motivated to become a healthcare practitioner, how is her or his communication skills, what kind of a critical thinking and reasoning aspects they have, and how sympathetic and empathetic and ethical they are. So these are the aspects we look for in the interview. For next year, we may consider doing the interview through online video, but usually in previous years we have required the student to come to KL to do the interviews. What is the admission procedure? The program starts in March or late February. We only have a single intake. We don't have a mid-year intake. We always ask our applicants to apply early, maybe 10 months ahead if need be. The earlier you apply, the more we are able to advise you about how to go about the process. One of the commonest reasons students sometimes don't get in is because they apply extremely late and they are unable to do all the other things. So then we will tell you that you need to register for ISET. We will also ask you, if necessary, to register for IELTS and sit for it. And we will also invite you for an interview. We'll give you a spot for an interview. And as I said, this year, for next year's intake, for 2021 intake, we may consider doing it on online through Zoom or one of the other, Skype or one of those other features. This is roughly the cost. This is the 2020 cost, this year's cost. For international students, about 550,000 for the whole 5-year program. It includes everything. There's no additional cost for exams or library fees or any other kind of fees. None of that is there. Accommodation, of course, the students have to pay over and above this. And if there's transport, that too. When they go to Australia, and as I said, all students will have to go to Australia in the final year for 3 months. When they go to Australia, they don't have to pay Australian fees, but the flight to Australia has to be the student's cost, and the accommodation as well. So to get more details, I would suggest that you send me a note. This is my email, shah.yassin@monash.edu. You can also check all this information in our website. If you go to our Monash University link, Monash University Malaysia website, all this information is available. If you need any further clarification or you want to talk to us, you can send us a note and we will make an appointment to call you and speak to you and clarify any details or any confusion that you may have. That essentially concludes the session. I hope this gives you a very brief outline. I'm sure you have lots of other questions, and should you have them, please don't be afraid to send us a note, and we will be happy to make contact with you and help you to clarify those questions. Thank you very much and take care. Bye.